Alright, so welcome to the Game Lounge. I am Game Lounge 78, and I'm gonna play some Donkey Kong Country, something I haven't played in a while. I just redid the stream. This is actually 60 frames a second versus what I had it on before. It was 1080p, 60 frames a second. Took a lot of CPU resources, and then a huge understanding of what HD should look like, or should, kind of operate at. So let's get right to it. The warning flows need to be warned. Alright, so let's go right into stream here, and I'm gonna bring this up. I had it at a comfortable stream before. I had it at 15, I think. No, before I had it at 4500 bits, and so I apologize for the contrast of the brightness. As a matter of fact, I'm not sure how this might look to everyone. I could do this. I could just change myself to green, but I have a night filter, but I may have to because it's a really dark. The sunlight is just breaking everything apart. All right, so and I'm gonna pull up the game Donkey Kong Country. Haven't played in a while. Haven't played this in a while. All right. Took a long time to work out these issues. I'm telling y'all, man. It's like if it's not one thing with streaming, it's another. But when it becomes CPU intensive, it's like you could be in a good game and then it just crash. Alright, so and then just I think just based on the 1080p. So the last few streams I was trying to push my my system to the max, but 2500, you need to stay at 2500. I think if you go to 4 megs a second, it's grueling, man. Alright, so I'm gonna start a new game. So this game is it's pretty neat because you got this tag team action between these two. So if you come to the banana horde, you gotta go and so we gotta go get Donkey Kong's bananas back. King K. Rool stole them all and sent all of his cronies. And this game is pretty fun. As you can see, the differences between Diddy and Donkey. Donkey's a little stronger than Diddy, but like what I just tried to do right there, Diddy is a lot faster, so he can probably get to some places that like right there. He can get to some spots that Donkey can't get to. I think there's another. Yeah. Alright. Oh, that's it. Man down. I screwed up that one. Now I put it at let me do something real quick here. I'm gonna reconfigure my controller because now it's using wireless. I want to make sure that it's even though the commands are still the same with the though the commands are the same, playing the wireless stick versus the wireless or the USB, the polling is different, so the response is it's much like playing the actual console itself. So some of these stages can really screw with the eyes, so that's why I put the warning messages out there. So like all the lightning, it can really screw with the eyes and just So I mentioned the guy who did the soundtrack for this. Completely forgot the guy's name in one of my streams, but he's doing the soundtrack for matter of fact, he did them all for Donkey Kong. I seen him come up behind me. The biggest reason I wanted to turn this down is because got them all. Is when you stream to someone who has like satellite, 4500 was strong, but it was clearly just not. Oh, cranky. He's supposed to be the original Donkey Kong, or like, but I'm not completely sure. I like bowling the snakes. I hit that one just right though. I think this was automatic. So yeah, you can't die from that, so that's a gimme. So there's still a lot of things about this game that I have not yet discovered or mastered. That's what I was trying to do. probably before my next stream. I'm just gonna do this for a few minutes. I want to make sure the stream works. Alright, so the water stage is really awesome. I should have went and got something before I streamed. Now I feel like I'm like really thirsty. And then like you play a game, you get real tired, you know, so that's one thing about game streaming. You know, it's a hobby for me, but you get real tired, man. Which is why one reason I have to go back to the older games. To play the ones that can really, you know, grab your attention. Now this is not to say the older games don't grab your attention, or the newer games, but the what happens is, you know, some of the indie makers, they won't put once you find all the secrets to a new game, it's like that's it, man. So they had to add, you know, you gotta add in stuff like achievements. Oh my god, man. It's like, oh shit, I think there was something up here. Or a shark. Right in the butt. That hurt. And if you notice, I did another stream improvement, so if I cannot find the logo... Oh. At least the shark, you know, it comes back. But that's what they need to do. They need to... I mean, I know Donkey and Diddy are like Nintendo assets, but... they need to like bring back the flavor. Let's see. I think it's something up here, yeah. Because I could never find the Kong on this stage, all the letters. I wanted to get Chinese food, but that food can get... It's like over here. I had some Chinese food. And it was like, oh man, it just wasn't strong. It was like, it's like really strong, like rough. Like you eat this Chinese food over here, and it's like, oh cool. So I just took a flight to myself. So I wonder if I can try those options. There's some options I want to try. Alright. Doing it. I don't know if I skipped like 15 things doing that though. Okay, so that's the only way I can get the freaking O. Oh, there ain't no secrets. I'm looking for a secret. Alright, so where in the heck is the G then? Alright, so this is a prelude to the devil. I'm telling y'all, you better get good at that. Like that right there. There's the G. Please, let me jump in there. Let me jump in there. Alright, boss fight. Let's fight Naughty. It's pretty easy. Give me my banana. Alright, so I'm gonna save right here. I'm gonna go grab me some food. I might just go ahead and order the Chinese. I've been talking crap about it, but I'm gonna give you guys a lot more gaming than what I normally do. So I'm gonna actually save right here. I'm gonna do a actual hard save, and what I mean by that is I'm gonna do a save state so that I come right back into the game. So I just want to do this, see what the stream looked like. I'm just gonna do another one real quick, just to see what. So Street Fighter 4 pulls a lot of bandwidth, so I want to see what that looks like. And I'm gonna do that in the same stream because I want to see exactly what. If there's anything I have to do to the stream, which I'm not going to do, I try to invoke B-frames. And so what the B-frames, they're kind of like, it's like, well, let me just do that. Let me just go ahead and try it out, see what it looks like. But for 720p, because of the fact that it's not going to be crisp, but if you look at your hand really fast, you know, if you take a look and do that, you'll see all these shadows, and you see all the you know, blurred. And I think that's the word. There's 4 B frames. Normally, the less B frames, I guess, the better. But if there's a way to put 2 B frames in there and see how that actually plays, then that might improve the stream a bit. So, but let's load up. Ultra Street Fighter 4 is just a temporary gameplay here. It takes a lot of bandwidth, and so I'm not going to do any talking over this game. It's really loud.
Ultra Street Fighter 4!
See why, right? If it looks like Dookie over,
the craziest and wildest fighters have assembled from around the world to join in the fight, but only one will be declared the best.
I don't know, man. It looks pretty good. Alright, I'll do a match.
Who will bask in the glory and adoration that comes with being declared the world's greatest fighter?
Now I'm just testing out.
East Asia, deserted temple. Destination confirmed.
I'm actually looking impressed, man.
It's the battle of the century. Fight!
Oh man, I'm playing my character.
need more training.
2,500. I cannot believe this shit. I'm impressed. I've never could get Street Fighter 4 to look like this. I know you can't hear me either. Holy shit. Just one match. It looks really good.
Just you wait and see.
So I didn't even need the extra bandwidth.
Let's keep it up.
I don't know why. So I guess they were right. I did 720 looks better than 1080p. What the fuck, man?
You win!
Wow. Wow. Guys, I'm telling you, I'm just kind of amazed at what I'm looking at here. So, Street Fighter 4 pulls a lot of bandwidth. So, for one, I guess I saved myself 2 megs, maybe almost 3 megs of bandwidth. And it definitely pulled punches at 720p. And this was based on a video I watched before I started streaming. There was a gentleman who explained that there's a hierarchy with 1080p and 720p. So you have the fact that you have some people think 1080i is better than 720p. Well, in fact, if you stream at 480 p or whatever, it's standard definition. So it's more Super Nintendo-ish, you know, Sega Genesis-ish days, even the PlayStation 1 or PlayStation 2 days. But 1080p, remember I was just talking about waving the hand. 1080p, when you move the image, the frames, the image goes with it. However, that's the highest for broadcasting. I mean, really, it's preferred to be the highest because there's really nothing as at the moment that is actually above 1080p. So you see the 2K and the 4K, it's 1080p. So there's really nothing truly. I mean, you have the 480, you have the movie definition, you have the movies, which is I think 2K, but to really watch those for a consumer level, the 1080p is more affordable. All right, something that's 2K or 4K may not be a real 2K or 4K, so you have to kind of do your homework on that. It's kind of like the 240 refresh rate. If you buy one of those TVs and it says 240 hertz, all right, it's really not 240 hertz. It's a double 120 hertz because most TVs, with the eyes, you can only go up to roughly 60. So that 120 is that double 60, and then of course that double. So you got 460 hertz refresh rates, all kind of doing like this, and it's making the eye perceive itself as if it's, not seeing artifacts. It reduces the amount of artifacts, which is why I said if you do this, you could see the blur. But you have the 480p, then you have the 1080 interlaced, then you have 720p, and then you have 1080p. So the 1080 interlaced, when you say that it's interlaced, you have the video is actually, so you have pictures that are, there, then you have pictures that are not there, and it's considered to be interlaced. It's the same, just kind of like interlocked. And so with that being said, the scan lines, when you see an interlaced picture, the scan lines go really fast, and it makes the eye perceive it as a picture, but you can see like this wavy photo. It's kind of really, it's like putting water on a drawing, like a really pretty picture, and you just threw some water on it and now it's soaked. So you try to stretch it out and it looks kind of wavy looking now. So the picture is interlaced, pretty much what that means. But 1080p roughly can go up to it can go 60 frames a second, but remember 1080i, I believe it's 1080, it's not frames per second with 1080 interlaced. It's a different term. It's not frames per second, but it's FPS. It's just not frames per second. I forgot the. It was on the tip of my tongue. I just forgot it. But 720p is more preferred, and as I just demonstrated with Ultra Street Fighter 4, the problem with digital is digital tends to tear the picture, and you need filters. And so when I did a 1080p on this game, I learned that the game's bandwidth started overriding my settings, and so it was looking a little it was looking crazy. If you a high motion scene, a really fast motion scene, just couldn't keep up. Even if I did 1080p with what I just seen, the 720p clearly looks better in my opinion. And I think also in my opinion, I've connected multiple times today on 2 megs per second, so it does not perceive that the perception to the ISPs. They say, hey, look, this guy's, I can tell he's streaming. But maybe 4 and 5, I think they might think I'm going commercial, or maybe a virus is on the network, and it's, maybe I'm a botnet. So I had to see what was going on with that. But yeah, I just want to explain 1080p, 720p, and all those good things. I'm just gonna go grab really something to drink. I'm just really thirsty, not really hungry, and then I'm gonna come back with some more gaming and some gameplay. I might do some more freestyles. I was having fun with that game last night. because I couldn't capture it with the game capture, but I might do something different as well, you know. So more to follow, and thanks for watching. Feel free to follow. Matter of fact, I'll just stick to some Donkey Kong Country. I think a lot of folks like this, and happy gaming.